Welcome to the second video on Thinking Like a Programmer. My name's Andy Wicks, and in this video I'm going to explain why you can't learn to program. You cannot learn how to program. That doesn't work. In the same way as you didn't learn to read, write or do mathematics. You did learn the shapes of the letters and the sounds associated with those letters. You did learn the shape of the numbers and got some idea of which order those numbers came in. Those you could learn. But you then had to understand how the letters made sounds. Over time this became automatic. The more you practiced, the easier it became to read and write. And it's quite easy to understand that the shape of letters and the sounds of words are related. If you were taught well, you were shown how to understand the arithmetic. You were given the opportunity to understand how addition, subtraction, etc. works. It's this understanding that you need to build more complicated ideas. And that's what you need to be able to understand. Each time you go up a level, you need to be able to understand what it did before. Rote learning it doesn't actually help. And anybody who thinks that they're no good at maths, it's probably because they're trying to learn maths rather than understand it. So, exactly the same holds true in programming. There are some things you need to learn, so it's similar to learning the shapes of the letters and numbers. There are some meanings that you need to learn, similar to associating sounds with shapes or values to shapes in maths. Then there is the understanding of how these bits fit together. So how do these form words? How do you create equations and so on? You need some basic shapes. You can learn the meanings of the words used. Some are in fact essential. So for example, a variable. A variable is a noun. It's a place in memory that contains some information. A command, function or method. They're all verbs. They do something. Conditions and loops are conjunctions. They're bits that join ideas together. And finally, classes and objects are the equivalent of a sentence or a paragraph. They take the nouns and the verbs, the variables, commands, functions, methods, and put them all together in one block to form a real idea. You need to get the basics out of the way. You need to learn the words. You then need to associate the concepts with these words. So what does this word actually mean? Then, and only then, can you start to understand how to write programs. There are no shortcuts. You can't learn to program. You can only understand programming.